Welcome back to another video. This is FX Killer here. In this video, we're going to look at every single piece of new armor in the Frozen North expansion, what it looks like, and the materials that it uses, as well as what temperatures they protect against, which is actually pretty important. So let's start out with the fur armor, since that's the most basic one. It's a medium armor, and it's going to protect you against the cold temperatures of the north. Visually speaking, it's pretty basic, definitely pleasing to the eye. Looks just like what you would imagine fur armor to look like. Nothing too special, but definitely a nice armor set. You can see that it's a medium armor and uses the medium padding that's standard on the regular armors, as well as fur, which can be collected from pretty much any animal in the north. Next, we're going to look at the hardened steel armor. This is basically the next step up, or the equivalent to the current heavy steel. It doesn't have protection against either hot or cold, it's more of a neutral. And it has 3 different helmets that go with it, all that have very similar crafting materials, but do look very different and provide slightly different stats. It's got a pretty nice graphic, and the extra helmets that you can use sort of provide some style and variety, if that's something you want to explore. You can see that the crafting materials are pretty basic, again just using the heavy steel lining similar to the current heavy armor in the game, as well as hardened steel bars, which are basically upgraded steel bars. After that, we have the Veneer fur armor, which is an upgraded fur armor that keeps you warmer than the base fur armor, so you can go farther up north with that without getting frostbite. It has what I think is a very cool graphic. I really like the helmet, and overall it's a very pleasing to the eye set of armor. The materials are a bit more involved than the previous fur armor. You're still going to need the medium padding as well as fur, but you're also going to need black ice, which is a little bit harder to attain, although you will find that the warmth that it provides is well worth the materials. Next up is the star metal armor. This armor has some cold protection, although not as much as the fur or veneer fur. The graphic is pretty cool. It's very shiny, very modern looking, and one of the cooler armors in the game. The materials again are pretty basic, thankfully. It's going to be again the heavy steel linings like we're used to, as well as a pretty hefty amount of star metal bars. Now the next armor is a bit different from the rest. You'll notice immediately that it has the same graphic as the star metal armor, and that is why I put it right after the star metal armor. First off, it actually provides protection from the warmth. If you click on it, you can see that it has warm protection. It's meant for use in desert or hot areas. And you'll also notice that it is a light armor. This set keeps you very, very cold, so it's perfect for use in the desert. It's also different in that you'll notice I'm not crafting it at the armor's bench, but in fact I'm at the Ymir religion altar. To craft it, you're going to need some basic things like silk and light armor padding, which we're pretty used to, but you're also going to need ice shards, which you're going to get using the religion axe that you unlock from a level 1 Ymir altar. The last armor set, and probably the coolest, is the Silent Legion armor set. Now this is a heavy armor set, as you'll notice, and it actually provides you against heat protection. So it's a heavy armor that's meant for use in desert areas. This is probably my favorite new armor, as it looks really cool. The materials are also quite a bit different. You're going to need not only your typical heavy steel linings, but also hardened steel bars, black ice, and also the heart of the Kinscourge, which is actually dropped from a special mob. Alright guys, that is all of the new armors, how they look, the protections they give, and the materials they use. Now I didn't get into where to get all those materials, that's a different subject for a different time, and I also did not want to spoil anything for people who might want to find those out themselves. Anyway, if you liked the video, be sure to hit me with a like, And feel free to hit that subscribe button as well, as it does help me out a lot. See you soon.